In this video I'm going to show you how to find the least common multiple, or LCM for short, of any two given numbers. So for example, we have to find the least common multiple of 6 and 8. So first let's talk about what LCM represents. M stands for multiple. Multiple of a number is the product of that number and some other number. So if we want to write the multiples of 6, we're going to start with 6, then the next multiple of 6 would be 12, because 12 is divisible by 6, or 12 is a product of 6 and 2. The next one would be 18, is a product of 6 and 3. The next one would be 24, product of 6 and 4, and we can continue this list. So if we want to write the multiples of 8 list, we have to start with 8. It's a product of 8 and 1. The next one would be 16, product of 8 and 2, and so on. Okay, so C stands for common. That means we have to find the common multiples of 6 and 8. So that means we have to find the number that divides both 6 and 8. So in here we see 24 divides 6 and 8, 48 also divides 6 and 8. And there's infinitely many numbers like that. And the last thing we have to look at is L. L stands for least, and it means that we have to pick the smallest one from all the common multiples. And again, it's easy to see that 24 is the smallest one. So the least common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. This means that 24 is the smallest number that divides 6 and 8 at the same time. So how do we do that without writing out all the possible multiples of 6 and 8? So we're going to use the prime factorization. So we're going to write the prime factorization of 6, which is 2 times 3. Prime factorization of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. If you watch the video about how to find the greatest common factor, that you already know that 2 is the greatest common factor of 6 and 8. Is equal to 2. We're going to write every prime factor of 6 and 8, and we're going to count the ones that they have in common as 1. So 2 is a common prime factor, so we're just going to write it as, count it as 1, 2. And we're going to write everything else again. So we have 2, this 2, and we have this 3. And we're going to multiply all those numbers. So 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24. So LCM of 6 and 8 is equal to 24. Let's do another example. Let's say we have to find LCM of 12 and 15. So what we're going to do, we're going to write the prime factorization of 12, and let me do it here real quick. 12 is 3 times 4, 4 is 2 times 2. So prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3, and prime factorization of 15 is just 3 times 5. So again, we're going to find all the common factors, and here we have 3, and 3 is a GCF of 12 and 15. And to find LCM, we're going to write all the prime factors and we're going to count the common ones as 1. So we're going to write 2 times 2, we're going to count 3 as 1, and we're going to multiply it by 5. So 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 is 60, and therefore 60 is the least common multiple of 12 and 15. That means that 60 is the smallest number that is divisible by 12 and 15. I also want to mention one very nice property of least common multiple and greatest common factor. If you have two numbers, let's say m and n, and you found greatest common factor of m and n, and you found least common multiple of m and n. If you multiply those two numbers, it will be equal to the product of m times n. Very nice property. So let's check this on our first example. In first example, we have numbers 6 and 8, and LCM was 24, GCF was 2. 24 times 2 is equal to 48, and 48 in fact is equal to 6 times 8. Very nice. Let's check this property on the second example. We have 12 and 15. LCM is equal to 60. 60 times GCF, which is 3, is equal to 180. And you can check, but I'm sure that 180 is equal to 12 times 15. So you can check your work using this property.